right, we are live. Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here today. We are back for our live videos. I know we have been doing some premiere videos over the holidays, and I hope you guys enjoyed the replays that we did with Mark Hansen and a few other ladies with the Tracywithstyle. So that was fun to be able to premiere some videos that, of course, were some of our biggest interviews that we did throughout the year. Today we have Dori and Tracy joining us, and we are going to get started right now. So here we go, everyone. All right. Hello and welcome to 2021, and welcome to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and I'm so excited today to really talk about how we want to be seen in 2021. And I have two amazing ladies joining us today, Dori DeCarlo and Tracy Pohlmann. Both of you say hi to our guests.
Hello,
Hi, everybody.
And we're going to start off by getting caught up really quick with what's been going on with Lead Up for Women. So as some of you may know, I was out with COVID for the last few weeks and have been sick. Luckily, all of the symptoms that myself and several of my children had were mild. We couldn't taste or smell anything. That was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. And still, I think I'm 75% there maybe. But it was just like a bad flu, not feeling well, super tired, cold symptoms. But I'm so thankful that we've all recovered so well and that we're feeling wonderful. So thank you for all of your prayers and all of your comments that came to me during that time. I really appreciate that. And I hope all of you had a wonderful holiday and celebrated the new year. I know so many people have been talking about 2021 and how they were so excited to shut the door on 2020 and move into 2021. But I'm here to kind of burst that bubble for you, to tell you like nothing's really changed in the world in the last 6 days. And I say that because unless you want to see change, if you're willing to make the changes happen and step forward in your life and set those goals and show up the way you want to be seen, nothing's going to happen. The world just doesn't automatically change when the calendar day changes in 24 hours. So this is your chance to have the year that you want to have. And so join us in the Lead Up for Women community, and join us in all of our Facebook pages when we are going to be going live quite a bit, very often, talking about creating vision boards and how you write your goals. And if you want to start a business, how do you do that? Because the number one excuse I hear is, I can't afford to leave my job to start a business. And I'm here to help you really understand the numbers so you can understand you can leave a corporate position just like I did. Take that leap, and you'd be amazed how much money you don't have to make. I can't explain that any other way, but we think we have to equal the salary. And it's really funny how that doesn't happen. So I'm not really sure where all my money went for all those years, but you didn't have to equal that salary. And that's just starting out, right? So we're going to be talking a lot about that. And we have a special announcement. We have our Teaching Tuesdays that we do on the second and fourth Tuesday. You've all heard me talk about those. We've now released and are adding the first and third Tuesdays because we have such an overwhelming response. So now weekly, we're doing member-hosted VIP webinars. So if you're a member of Lead Up for Women and you are listening to this, get out there and book your Teaching Tuesday webinar. You're getting newsletters from me every day this week to remind you of all the perks that you have. So take advantage of those. Get yourself booked out for the first few months of the year so you can be showing up and being seen on every platform possible. And our newest magazine for the November-December is hot off the press. And that is available for everyone to download now. So I'll make sure I have the link right there at your fingertips so you guys can see that. So that's what we have going on. We're adding more and more and more opportunities for Lead Up for Women to gather as a community on a regular basis pretty much every day, if not every week now. So you can get to know more women in the community, because that's what this is about, ladies. It's about community. This should be called the year of community, because we can't do this on our own. And when I was a lone wolf, it was so hard starting this business, and it was really lonely as an entrepreneur. So I created the community so that I could be surrounded by people just like you and just like the ladies I have on our podcast today. So again, I'm super excited to be introducing them. And I'm going to start with Dori. I just met Dori literally 3 weeks ago. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we had a conversation. And what I love about Dori is her resilience to just keep moving forward. And she's got some great stories of how things didn't always work out the way she thought they were going to work out as an entrepreneur. And she pivoted and pivoted and pivoted. And no matter what's happening in the world, ladies, we're having to pivot. And if you want to work from home, and I'm not talking about working for someone else from home, right? Because many of us are already doing that, and many businesses have decided infinitely that's how they're going to be doing business, which I love because it helps put the family unit first. I would have given anything, I know this sounds weird, to have had something like the pandemic happen back when my children were younger, and have been thrown in this opportunity to spend more time with my children. I just look back and I think they were latchkey kids. You know, I had a career and they were dropped off at 6 a.m. and picked up at 6 p.m. And that was our life. And what I would have given to see their smiling faces and get them to school and get them home every day would have been life changing for me. And so that silver lining is there. We just have to look for it. And what Dori offers is really making a difference and being that guiding light for the journey of empowering and encouraging and sharing wisdom for women. And that was why I was like, Dori, we are so similar. I love what you do. I love how you help women in their lives and in their businesses. So I really want to interview you on this show because you've got so much to offer. So Dori, welcome to the show.
Colleen, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here, and it's a nice way to be starting 2021, because empowering and encouraging and educating women. I've been a mompreneur since 1994, and worked when my children were with their dad. I mean, I wanted to be a mom at home. And did everything once they were in school, actually like got, that quote unquote job, and just have been on this journey and started Word of Mom Radio. We're 9 years in this iteration, and it started out as Word of Mom. I mean, and it was all about sharing mompreneurs and women in business, but a lot of women like me who built their businesses from home as they were raising their family, and people were asking them, when are you going to quit this and get a real job? And then growing things to where it's like, when are you going to grow this big enough to hire me? So I've had all of the ebbs and flows in this business, in my other business, but you got to trust the journey. Is really what it boils down to. But we're our show, we air on Blog Talk Radio. And so Mondays we do arts and music and entertainment. Tuesdays are our business spotlight shows. Wednesdays we rotate a platform for authors and a parenting corner and health and wellness. Thursdays is our mompreneur model, and that's the show that for women like me and like us that have built our businesses from home, are now building our businesses from home and paving the way to help other women do that. And then Friday nights we are starting Moms After Dark with Dr. Lori Monaco and Margarita, and it's Viva Mom at Moms After Dark, and it's it's from 10 p.m. to midnight, and all gloves off. And then Saturdays we're starting a really cool kid show, a kid parent show called Shaboost. So it's really exciting to just have all of these rotating hosts coming in and getting to share. There's so many women out there that are just need to have a place to tell their story.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I'm really fortunate because a lot of the women I interview, I'm their first interview.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ask them to submit their questions. So we make sure that they get everything out that I ask them. How do I know what they want people to know? You
Yeah.
know, and it gives them a comfort level of just having a phone conversation like you're having a cup of tea with somebody. As
Well,
I'm, doing
yeah,
mine.
right. Dr. Lori Monaco is not only a great friend of mine, I found her by accident in 2019, and
Ah,
we have become extremely close friends. We work together on a business level, we promote each other. We are just like this. And I am so thankful for all of the women that have been put in my path this year. And let me tell you, there's no way I could have done what I've done or created what I've created or even been able to come out of my failures without that community and without those people by my side. So I love the variety that your mom, the Women of Mom Radio that you've got, that you do, because hosting that, there's moms that have little kids at home, plus they're running their own business, plus they need support in other areas. So they may be able to come on 3 different times a week to really listen to what you and your guests are talking about, for them to get the support they need. And you're right, there are a lot of ladies out there, and I want more and more and more ladies to start businesses, to feel confident enough. And I know that, Dori, the more communities we create for women out there, the more they feel like, I can do this because I have the support of others. And that's the key, right? Wouldn't you say the support that's offered through the community?
without a doubt. I mean, that's what it's word of mom radio because, rather than word of mouth, I mean, face it, tell a mom. But I always say, it's not, birth does not a mother make. There's a mother in all of us. That's why we start businesses. Women start for why. Men start, they go to work because they're men and they're taught to go to work and get a good career and blah, blah, blah. Women start with why. Most
Mm-hmm.
women start a business because they see a need that's out there that isn't being fulfilled. For
Mm-hmm.
me, my business part of my life started after Columbine, sadly, the first one, where I wanted to make a difference. And I started designing a line of clear bags and backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, we were just finally poised because we launched a bag line called stadiumbags.com. We were in all of the sports publications. We were all set. And you know what? It took a pandemic to go, okay, let's pull the rug out from underneath that. And you pivot. And thank God for Word of Mom because I focused life on that. And having the opportunity, because so many women now, with everything going on, I feel like we finally have been validated.
Mm-hmm.
All of the women out there that have been like me, building their businesses, 1994, last century. I've been doing this since last century, and it does because people now realize the discipline it takes to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
And for the women that have been doing it, who now have to not only share their office, which might be their kitchen table,
Mm-hmm.
with their children, with their spouse or significant other, whatever. And it's like now here we all are, everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah.
And it does. I think it is given
Mm-hmm.
women, mompreneurs, business women, entrepreneurs, all of those people that have worked from home and built their businesses, people have been like, wow, and I really honestly think as we move forward, more larger businesses are going to realize giving their employees some remote time, some in office, some in
Yeah.
at home, works out better for everybody.
Yeah. I
You
totally
know?
agree. I totally agree with you. And, mad respect for the moms that have children at home that are learning, especially for those moms that have already been working from home, or now we're all in the same boat, right? The
Mhm.
perspective is so different because the moms that were working out of the offices are now working from home, which is what they've wanted this whole time. And you're
Right.
right. The perspective that they're getting is, wow, as an entrepreneur and someone working from home, you're not even layering on the piece about, well, as an entrepreneur, there's not a paycheck that just comes in from a company, right? We have to go earn every dollar that we're making. So you take that and add it on top of that. And I just learned a statistic on a phone call I was on this morning that business was up in 2023%. Now, 3% is really good because business wasn't down overall. It was up 3%. So that's to say, even with all the shutdowns and businesses that struggled, that there were so many other businesses that swung the pendulum the other way. And I believe there were a lot of businesses that were started in 2020 due to the pandemic, as well as there will be more and more and more in 2021. So that number is going to look way different. But understanding that 70% of men are entrepreneurs and start businesses, and only 30% of women are. If we want to change the landscape for how women are seen as entrepreneurs and the landscape of how the positions that are available at the top of the corporate ladder, which is really what I was focusing on for many years, we can't fight each other. We have to join forces as a community and help each other open doors, create platforms, allow women to get their voices to be heard and their stories to be heard and to be seen. And I love that that's what you do, Dori. And that is you're so focused. And I have to tell you, the clear bags, that's genius, because I don't know if you know this, walking into any prison, all of the guards, anyone that visits, you have to have clear bags. Like you can't come in with, a purse or whatever. They all have to have clear bags. So people are using them more and more flying now. So I love the safety bags and that product that you've created and have available.
Thank you. It's, it's been an interesting journey, but I wanted to go back to something you were saying before about the moms now that are home and having to teach their children at home. Mm-hmm. We've been doing a lot of shows on Word of Mom Radio about how to homeschool like a CEO. People that are sharing with women how to run your business as you're educating your children at home. Mm-hmm. As all of this, because I have to say, I think about a quarter of the parents that are out there are going to wind up homeschooling, because they're going to realize distance learning and homeschooling are completely different. Mm-hmm. Distance learning means your kid is sitting in front of that computer for 8 hours, like they would at school. Whereas homeschooling is about 2.5 hours a day of schoolwork. Mm-hmm. And so we've been sharing a bunch of shows on that. We've also shared a lot of shows about audiology and speech therapy and things like that for parents that have their kids at home that aren't having those outside resources, what they should be listening for, what they should be aware of as they're working with their kids at home. Mm-hmm. So, it's the wonderful part of having the rotating platform and all of the amazing women that are out there just sharing all of this knowledge, because we are such a huge community. And I think that this pandemic has made women realize how much we can rely on each other. Yeah. Because it's not a competition. You win, I win. Mm-hmm. We win, we win. Yep. It's how it all goes. We have to get out of that high school mentality of I can't help you because you're going to steal my boyfriend. Yeah. Or what if they like Colleen?
Do not be part of the Mean Girls Club.
Exactly. But it's crazy though, when you think about it. And that's the difference, I really think, in the business landscape between men and women. Yeah. Men don't care if you golf with Joey. They don't care as long as you're giving me their business. They don't care. Right. They don't care. Women fall more into that. Yeah. And I think that is the biggest thing that the pandemic has shifted, is that we realize we really can rely on each other. Mm-hmm. It's not a competition. Yeah. And beautifully said. It's exciting. So I applaud you for what you are doing, because we're launching our magazine and all of the things that Word of Mom Media is creating now that's going to be happening in 2021. And, you're already doing it. So you're leading the way for us in that one to be able to see how things like this go. And it's just amazing, because there's so many women out there with amazing stories to tell.
It's so exciting. And so let me ask you this question, Dori. How do you want to be seen in the world?
You know, all I am is a mom trying to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've ever, I was born to be a mom. I have my grandchildren with me. My grandson's been working with me since he's 2 months old. He's 2.5. My granddaughter's in the background. And in another couple of whenevers, when her mommy decides that she's going to go back to work a day or two, I'll be watching her too. So I love my life, but
Yeah.
I'm just a mom making a difference. That's all I've ever been.
It just goes to show we can have it all if we choose to and we make it a priority, right? So let's talk, Dori, real quick. Will you share with our listeners how we can find you? Because you're a mompreneur, you have Word of Mom Radio. Talk to us about where do we find that? Of course, everything will be in the description. Everything's at the tip of everyone's fingers, but talk to us about how they can find you so that they can go ahead and start listening to you.
If you Google Word of Mom Radio or go to wordofmomradio.com, which is our website, we have all of our past guests, the live show, the real show time players that are there. Our show airs on Blog Talk Radio, but we're syndicated everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and it's so cool because it actually happened organically. FeedSpot named us the #1 show for mompreneurs since 2018. And this year in 2020, we broke in at number 18 for moms, which is huge. I know it's huge. It's so exciting. You know what? It's testament to the amazing women that I get to share because my sparkling personality is only going to get us so far.
I agree. That's why I have amazing women on here to spotlight. Yeah.
It's so much fun, isn't it? So you can look just Word of Mom Radio, and then stadiumbags.com are clear bags, and they're on Shopify or whatever that platform is. And we're getting ready to launch a couple of new things as far as, it's so funny. The elements in our clear bags, like you can use your tablet through them and you can use your phone. Things that people in the beginning, I don't want to be able to have people see my tablet. I don't want this. Now all of these features are so cool that, wow, I don't even have to take my stuff out. I can use it right through the bags. And they're strong enough to withstand the cleaning solvents and stuff and things. So, I mean, they're just a really good bag and they're really stylish. So so there's how you can find us at Word of Mom on Facebook, Word of Mom Media Network on Twitter. So we're all over the place.
Yeah.
But just reach out and come share your story because we're sharing the wisdom of women in business and in life.
Yeah, ladies, this is the year of community. So if you're not part of these communities like Word of Mom, you need to be part of them because if anything, the support that you'll get is going to fuel you for you to be able to make it to the next level, or even some days just be able to thrive or survive some of those days that you're feeling really down. So we know we all have them, and it makes the struggle less when we have community on our side. So thank you, Dori, for being here with us today. We've really enjoyed interviewing you and your words of wisdom that you shared with us today. And I'm excited to be on your show and be able to meet your community and be part of that. And so I want to welcome everyone to go over and join Dori's community as well. So thank you, Dori. All right, Tracy.
Thank you, Colleen. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Dori. So Tracy, Miss Tracy Pohlmann, so she has spent 20 years helping professional women figure out what to wear. Now, I am just going to say there isn't a female out there that doesn't have to make that decision every single day of what they're going to wear. And the difference is what we wear speaks to who we are as a person. Wouldn't you agree? So why not have some assistance and some direction? Because if you ask me, I want that task to be less than 10 seconds. I don't want this to be a 5-minute deal in the morning where I'm thumbing through clothes. So talk to us, Tracy, about you and why do you care so much about helping women with their images? Why do you care?
Yeah, well, it goes back. And for one thing, I wanted to say one thing first before we got started. I wish I would have known Dori when I started doing business 20 years ago. That resource, having that like assistants, other people that were doing the same thing that I was doing. So I wish I would have met you, Dori. So long time ago. But let me go back to, I started my career right after college working in manufacturing plants. I wore a uniform, hairnet, hard hat, steel-toed shoes. I was a fashion diva. Can you imagine it? And I remember getting this promotion. And when I got the promotion, I could actually wear real clothes. Well, I knew nothing about fashion, how to dress. I mean, I knew nothing. And I may be like some of you that I wanted to like dress so it was simple. I didn't want it to be complicated. I didn't want it to cost me a fortune. And I wanted to feel more confident about it. And it was a struggle. I mean, I spent way too much money buying clothes that like literally I would buy this top with this pair of pants and this top with this pair of pants. And I never knew how to incorporate all of it. And I wanted to create a stylish look that was professional too, because I was a manager, but I just didn't know how to do it. Well, about 20 years ago, my career took a little detour and I left the professional world. Just like a lot of you, I wanted to spend more time with my kids. At the time, my kids were 3 and they were 5. And I joined this direct sales company selling jewelry. Okay. And I thought, I'm just going to do this just for a little bit. Once the kids go into school full time, I'll go back to my professional career because I loved it. But what I found is that I fell in love with working with women. It wasn't jewelry per se. It was making them feel more confident. And I began learning how to dress through the knowledge, how to wear jewelry, how to look slimmer. And I became good at educating women, like kind of simplifying it, because most people think it's just so complicated. Like, oh my goodness, she looks so stylish. I don't look stylish at all. And so I was like, everyone has style, but people just didn't realize it. So I started educating women. They were soaking it up, wanting more and more and more. And that's when I realized I really need to do more than just show them how to wear a piece of jewelry. It's much more than that. And probably it was about 7 years ago when I started, people were like asking me a lot of questions. Like, okay, that's great about this necklace, but how do I wear it? What do I wear it with? And I started realizing, boy, people are really not confident. Even the woman that you think she walks in the room and you're like, oh, she looks like she walked out of the fashion magazine. She was asking me for help. And I'm sitting there thinking, you're the one that's stylish. I'm not. But it's just what we perceive. We always think everyone else has style. And I had a lady ask me the other day, she goes, so is like sweats and a sweatshirt, she goes, is that style? And I said, yes, it's style. So believe it or not, it is style. Now there's ways that you can make your look more professional when you're in sweats and a sweatshirt. So you can dress though very casually, very comfortable, and still have a unique style. So women were asking me like, can you come into my closet? Can you help me create different looks? And so I started doing that with women. Then I was getting women like, could you come shop for me? Like, I need a whole new wardrobe. I'm in a professional career. I don't dress professionally because I've gained, 30 pounds. I don't know how to dress. Nothing seems to fit. I need a whole wardrobe. Or then I have sometimes people like they're advancing in their careers and they need to take their look up a notch. And so a lot of people were asking me a lot of questions about that. So as a result, I've created more of an online business teaching women how to create a style that they love. Because let's face it, especially this year, I mean, that's when I've really dug in deep, because I wasn't doing in-person events anymore. I wasn't going to people's homes and helping them and going out and shopping with people. So just really trying to work on teaching women how to create a style that is unique to them.
Yeah. And
So-
this is the new normal, really.
Yes.
The
it will be.
the virtual world of working from your desk and meeting people online and having interviews online. Many businesses were doing some business online already, but there was so much in person before. So how does that pivot? What does that pivot look like, Tracy? For I think I'm breaking the number one rule today that you said, which is wearing my hair back in a ponytail. So I believe I remember the last time we talked and you're like, about wearing your hair down. I'm like, well, I can wear a stylish ponytail.
Colleen, I didn't say anything about wearing your hair back. I'm just talking about styling your hair. You styled it, girl.
Yeah.
You're good.
Here's the questions that I have that I know many have, right? So when you're on Zoom, there should be, creating a professional background for yourself on Zoom. And that could be if you use a green screen and you actually buy a green screen, right? Or do a virtual background. But what are your suggestions for women that are now, this is their life. This is how they show up to meetings. This is how they show up to interviews. This is how they show up to everything that they're doing in their life, meeting new people or having meetings with people that already exist in their world. What are your suggestions for how we create, first of all, how do we create our own style and brand? And then second of all, how do we utilize that through the lens of a virtual meeting?
I think at first when the pandemic hit, everyone's like, oh, great, I can just like roll out of bed, maybe put my robe on, or maybe put a little cardigan over my pajamas, and maybe pull my hair back if it's looking all over a mess, and I can just show up. Well, I think a lot of people are realizing what it does to your inner being when you don't get ready. And so it's so important that we make a good first impression, even if you're working from home, because you're going to be interacting with other people. You might be interacting with your boss. I'm hearing more people making that transition saying, and actually, I just saw someone post on Facebook yesterday. She goes, I have had 2 weeks off. I'm not really ready to get started working again from home. She's working from home. So she said, today I got up, I got dressed, I put my makeup on, I put a little bit of jewelry on, and I feel good. I feel like I'm ready to tackle 2021 in my business. So I think it's so important that it does something to you. When you feel like you look good, it helps you in everything that you do. And style is unique to each person. And one of the things that I saw when I was kind of investigating and seeing what was out there in the style world, I started noticing a lot of people were throwing certain styles on people. They were, oh, these are the trends. Well, you know what? Not everyone loves to follow the trends. Not everyone loves to wear animal print. Okay. And when someone, and I've heard people say this, I've taken some training with other people and they, oh, I should wear snakeskin and leather and and they're like, that's not me. And so one of the things that I really help people uncover is what is their unique style. And I actually have a style quiz you can take and you can figure out what your style is. And just because you're an effortless style, you like comfort, no frills, you still have style, and you can dress professionally no matter what your style is. If you're artistic and you love to go overboard, or if you're the effortless person that just wants to wear comfortable clothes. So I walk people through a lot of that. I have something coming up. It's a simple style workshop. And it really helps people identify the things that are going to help them create the style that is unique to them so they can feel good about it. And let's face it, like over time, our style probably has changed. And especially this year, I would have to say a lot of us have changed the way we dress. I mean, most people tell me, yes, I don't dress like I used to. So I'm kind of even wondering, should I even have all of these things? So
like I'm thinking about getting rid of my shoes because I have about 150 pairs of shoes and all of my heels are just getting dust on them because I'm barefoot in my house every day. I'm not complaining about that. I love to have, my socks on or be barefoot, but I love wearing heels and I don't have the opportunity to wear that because I don't like to wear shoes around my house.
Yes, exactly. But don't get rid of them all, Colleen. You will wear them. You will wear them eventually.
They're all still in there, but they're dusty. Like they're really dusty.
Well, but maybe you don't need all 150 pairs. So that's one thing I've got going on this week. Starting tomorrow, we're doing a closet overhaul workshop. It's a thing, helping women figure out what should you keep, what should you get rid of, It's great for those women whose closets are a wreck. I mean, some people say, I don't want to do that because you don't understand what my closet looks like. And I'm like, you need to start somewhere. And this gives you the foundation. I'm like, start with a little section, then you can work your way into all of it. But also, it's great for those people that have an organized closet. Because I've had lots of people say, oh, I've already gone through my closet. I'm like, okay, that's no problem. But they're like, I think I'm going to take your workshop. So they do. And they're like, it's made a huge difference. I can pick out my clothes. Like Colleen, you were saying, you want 10 seconds. Did you say 10 seconds to pick out an outfit?
Yeah.
I tell people, you can pick out an outfit in less than a minute. And that's kind of contemplating. If you follow my system and organize your closet this way, because it helps, it makes it so much easier. I actually did a video yesterday showing people. I did it 3 different times, pulling out 3 different outfits, and I didn't think about the outfit ahead of time. I just went to the closet, pulled, I created a new look that I had never put together. So that was kind of fun and got to wear that. But it really does help. And it helps you also figuring out the storage. Like, how do you store all those weird things? Like, we got all this stuff, like we got jewelry, we got scarves, we got belts, how do you store them so it's not a mess? It's not laying in the bottom of your closet. Like
that's so true. And I'm fortunate because the house that my husband and I built, we have a large closet. But this is what happens. When you have a large closet, you just fill it with stuff.
Yep.
It's just how we are. And so I love what you're saying because I don't know how to organize my closet for that. And I love that you are offering women the opportunities, because when we declutter things around us, it helps our minds feel cleaner and sharper, and we feel more organized just in everything we're doing. That's a big part of success for people, is being organized and decluttering.
Well, and it helps you realize, like, a lot of people don't realize how many black pairs of pants you have until you organize them. And I had one lady say the last time we did this a couple of months ago, she goes, I have 13 pairs of black pants. Like, I need 13 pairs of black pants. And so it really helps you identify, or, man, I don't have any black short sleeve shirts. I thought I had them. I don't. So this really helps you identify. So when you do go shopping, you're shopping with intention. You're not just shopping, because we can shop and fill up the whole closet. Or if you're like me, I used to shop, come home and be like, I've got 4 tops in that color. Like, I need another top in that color. So it really helps you be able to identify what you have, what you don't have. And then from that, it's the foundation for creating easy style for women. So that's why I start out with a closet overhaul workshop, because everyone needs that. It's a good starting part.
What was the date of the closet overhaul workshop, Tracy?
It is tomorrow.
Okay.
It is starting tomorrow in a special Facebook group. If you get started on Friday, the 8th, no big deal. It's okay. Even if you're like, I want to be on the next one, because I do them every couple months or so. So if you want to be part of the next one, you can definitely do that. But even if you miss the closet overhaul workshop, I'm going to have a simple style workshop. These are for the people that don't need their closets. That's going to be on Wednesday, the 13th, or Thursday, the 14th at 7 p.m. It's just like an hour long. I kind of go through helping you identify your style, what colors look good on you, how you should dress for your body shape. We go through that, and how giving a first impression really makes a difference in everything you do. So including how you feel about yourself and your confidence.
It's so true. Thank you, Tracy, so much for being with us today. And Tracy's going to have a lot of her information on our Facebook page, as well as we'll have those links available there at your fingertips for you listening. But if you didn't get the links for her workshops and you want to find out how to reach out to her, please go to our Facebook page, our Lead Up for Women Facebook page, and you'll be able to see the comments on this video for you to be able to connect with Tracy Pohlmann a little bit more and take some of her workshops. And I am very excited about it. So count me in, and I need to that's one thing I didn't get done because I was so sick over the holidays and I wanted to declutter and get all this done, and I just didn't have the opportunity to. So again, Tracy, thank you, because we all need this in our lives. And if you're questioning how you should be dressing and how you can create a brand for yourself, Tracy's the one that can help you identify that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you, Tracy, so much for
No matter what's your profession, because sometimes people are like, I dress casual. It's okay.
you
can
could be a
create
personal
cute,
trainer and have a brand.
stylish look, no matter if it's professional or
Yeah.
if it's more casual.
Or
So,
in
either
person
way.
or on virtual. So
Exactly. Yep.
so wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Dori,
Thank you,
for
Colleen.
being with us. Thank you, Tracy, for being with us. You both were wonderful in helping us really understand how we want to be seen in this world with confidence and with community. So thank you so much for being with us. Next, our next episode, we've got Trisha Adrian with us. She's a CPA. Some of you might know her, a member of Lead Up for Women, as well as Rebecca Zung. I'm very excited to interview her because I don't know if you know this, but she is in the top 1% of attorneys in the nation. And I can't wait to interview her as a female to find out what that road has been like, because I can tell you it has not been without hurdles. So this is an opportunity for us to learn how her climb has been to be in the top 1% of attorneys. And I hope you'll all join us our next episode for that. And I'd like to close by just reminding you to remember that you are the only you that has ever been, and you are the only you that will ever be.
Mm-hmm.
So how you pioneer your future, your today, your everything is up to you. You are the only one that can give yourself permission to lead your life that you desire, the way you desire to lead it. Nobody's coming. You must push the green light and you must give yourself permission. So be you and be strong. And we're excited that you joined us today, and we hope you join us next week for another episode. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Okay.